Alright. Before we get into this, we haven't done this for a little while, but I felt that now is a good time, I suppose, to talk a little about the LP. I prefer to do this while the game isn't running, because I get distracted while the game is, and I can't really focus on what I'm saying. And so I'm just going to talk a little bit, if you don't mind. 5 minutes or so, maybe not even that. But just about how the LP is going. It's going alright. It's not going as I planned, or as I initially sort of thought it would. Because a lot of it was unplanned, to be honest. I just thought I'd see where it went. And a big thing has been the scarcity mod sort of messing things up a bit. I don't know whether it was designed or not, but there are no spells to buy in anywhere but the college, as far as I can tell, at least without going sort of really out of my way to try and find out. So that has led me to come to the college rather than where I would have preferred to have gone at least first. In fact, initially in my thinking about Rast, I didn't even think I would go to the college, but due to those unforeseen circumstances, that is where I've ended up. And also the randomness of the game as well, and happenings that I can't really control have contributed to the way things have gone. Most of which, you know, well, some of which are because of me and the speaksy mechanic, which I have tried out occasionally, and sometimes it worked and sometimes it hasn't. But that's the whole random thing, right? So things are going along a bit slower than I expected. I don't know whether you mind that or not. You don't seem to be, but it is sort of like bugging me in the background, in sort of like the background of my head sort of thing, just thinking, you know, like, come on. Like, just going into this here dungeon here, I'm like, yes, it's another Skyrim dungeon, and I gotta admit, Skyrim dungeons are really freaking boring. I love the outer world. I love the cities. But the actual dungeons themselves, I gotta say, are pretty samey. You fight a lot of the same enemies, and now I've got some different spells which will help, you know, change things up a little bit, and hopefully I'll beat them quicker. But yeah, just a little tidbit for you. Skyrim dungeons are really just, oh my god, seriously. You could, I don't know what it is, but I never got that feeling in Oblivion or Morrowind. The Morrowind ones were always quite a lot shorter. When you get like a long dungeon in Morrowind, it always felt like a really epic thing. And the dungeons in Skyrim do seem to be really long, excessively long. And I you know, I can kind of see why in some cases, but it's just nice to have like a cave with, there's just a cave with 2 cabins in it. I'm sure they're in there, but yeah, I don't know why it is, but it just seems like tediously. But that's by the way, it's not really part of the LP, is it? You know, but I just thought I'd put that out there. At least this cave does have a bit of story to it. I suppose they all do. I don't know. Maybe I'm a bit overly harsh, but yeah, Skyrim dungeons. It didn't take me long when I first started playing this to realize, oh, they're all the same. You know? I don't know. I don't know what it was, because you could argue that with Oblivion, but I love the Alien Ruins, and there's no real type of dungeon in Skyrim that I'm like, yeah, this is yeah, let's go in there. There just isn't, you know. Even like Bleak Falls Barrow, it looks awesome, but you go in it and it's just the same as any other dungeon like this. Is I don't know. Anyway, so on with the show. That didn't take very long, did it? But yeah, just to let you know that because of things being a little bit random from, you know, my workings of it, and just the fact that it's the game, things aren't going as maybe as quickly as possible. Now maybe that's not really a big deal, but it's kind of difficult, you know, for me to reveal Rast's character and traits and background as I want to, in sort of the order that I want to, while still being able to play the game reasonably well and, you know, make it feasible where he's going. So it's all about balance. If you don't think I'm meeting that balance, then please let me know, and I might alter things a little bit. But for now, we are going to try and do this here dungeon, and it's gonna be fun. Yeah, at least this one has stuff going on in it. So let's do this.
As some of you may know, Softworks was one of the earliest node settlers of Skyrim.
No idea.
Also the largest. Sacked by the elves in the infamous Night of Tears, not much is known about what happened to Softworks. This is an exciting opportunity for us to be able to study such an early civilization and the magics they used.
Very exciting. Very exciting.
I find it hard to believe this excavation was approved.
Very exciting.
Please be careful here. The site isn't entirely secured.
Sorry.
Well, are there any questions before we begin?
Why are we here?
We're particularly interested in the prevalence of magical seals placed on the tombs here. It's rather unlike anything we've encountered.
Let's actually just have a look at... Alright, we'll do this one first. What are we looking for?
Anything. Anything at all that might be of interest.
Nice pickaxe.
That's why I adore this location. We have no idea what we're going to find.
Pickaxe.
And if along the way my message about the dangers of magic should happen to sink in for a few students, that would be a happy coincidence.
Let's have a look.
I can certainly share a bit of what I know.
I know I don't actually... Oh, okay, this is trade. This isn't buying stuff. No, I've only got 11 gold. No more questions.
Ah, yes. Well, why don't you see if you can assist Arniel Gain? He's one of our scholars, here working on cataloging our finds. I expect he'd appreciate some help in locating any additional magical artifacts here in the ruins. Any enchanted items will do. The usefulness of the enchantment is irrelevant. If you find anything, the class can look it over. Now let's see. What shall we have the rest of you do?
Find magic
Brenna,
things.
my dear, why don't you search for warding magic?
Jazargo finds nothing but dust in these ruins.
Pickaxe.
Interact with them. Just identify them. Ormond, please search that area over there. See if you notice any residual energies, alive or undead.
That thing's dead.
Jazargo, what shall we have you do? Why don't you verify that we're the first ones here? Look for any amount of tampering with the tombs. All right, everyone. Let's be careful, but have fun.
Jazargo will blow up
Do you
tombs.
think there's treasure here? Something to make Jazargo a powerful wizard?
What?
Do you think there's treasure here? Something to make Jazargo a powerful wizard?
Jazargo repeats himself.
I wonder if everyone else would be so happy to rifle through the bones of their ancestors.
Alright, let's
Please be careful here. The site isn't entirely secured.
Best always careful. Always careful. Always Ah! Oops. This way. This way. Hello. Here to help. Hello. 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 Hello.
It's going to take forever to sit through all this.
I will help.
What?
Help.
Ah, yes. You. I remember you.
You do?
You're going to help? That's fine. Just don't make a mess of my work. I've only looked through a portion of this section.
Mess.
You can look around in the chambers just north of here. Try and be careful, all right? We don't want to damage anything.
What do I do?
Just round up the rest of the magical artifacts so that I can catalog them.
Magical
Until next time.
artifacts.
Well, certainly none of this will benefit my research.
Oh, sorry. I took a pot. Need pot for flooding water tower. So this is, sadly, where I do have to use this here compass, because the artifacts are so small and there is no other way to find them. It's a shame that we don't have like a detect enchantment sort of spell or something. Or
What in the world was that racket? Is everything all right?
I'm trapped! I'm stuck! Help! Help! I'm stuck! I'm stuck!
How in the world did that happen?
I'm stuck! I took the amulet.
Really? Perhaps the amulet is important somehow.
Yes.
Is there some way you can use it?
Use amulet. Okay, so I found that without the compass, to be fair. I found that without the compass. Amulet. Use.
Do you see that?
No.
Some kind of resonance.
Huh?
You and the wall. It must be
Wall?
connected to the amulet.
Oh,
I wonder, what effect might your spells have?
I don't know. Why don't you walk me through the entire thing? It will save me from thinking. Oh! Can't have me thinking for myself, can we? No, no, no. Must tell me what to do.
Well, this is highly unusual and very interesting.
Jesus. Should we not get the others? The wall broke. The wall broke.
Well, certainly none of this will benefit my research.
No, I think it will. I think it might if you come and see the... Come and see the... He's gone. I find. Where have you gone? Oh. Oh, feel funny. Oh.
Hold, mage, and listen well. Know that you have set in motion a chain of events that cannot be stopped.
Me?
Judgment has not been passed, as you had no way of knowing.
Yep.
Judgment will be passed on your actions to come, and how you deal with the dangers ahead of you. This warning is passed to you because the Psijic Order believes in you. You, mage, and you alone, have the potential to prevent disaster. Take great care, and know that the Order is watching.
I love how he yawned.
I swear I felt something rather strange just then.
Strange man, strange
just
man,
happened?
strange person, talking.
I'm afraid I didn't see anything.
Right there!
Can you tell me more about what you saw?
It was right there! Order, Psijic Order, there!
The Psijic Order? Are you quite sure about that? That's very odd. And danger ahead? Why, that doesn't make any sense at all. The Psijics have no connection to these ruins, and no one's seen any of their order in a long time.
Well, they might do.
Perhaps we should take a look inside these coffins.
Or maybe not.
Now, please do be careful. Who knows what we're going to find?
Maybe we should get the others. The others. There are more people. What's the Psijic Order? West does not know.
They were a group of mages with a history that predates the Empire. Very powerful, very secretive.
Like the Hist.
No one's seen them in well over 100 years. They vanished, along with their sanctuary on the Isle of Artaeum. I have no idea what connection they'd have to this place.
Why do they want to talk to me?
I have no idea.
Me
but
neither.
It's fascinating. Assuming it's true, of course. The Isle of Artaeum disappeared over 100 years ago, and no one has seen them since. And yet now, suddenly, they've chosen to contact you. Why, it's intriguing. If nothing else, I'd take it as a compliment. The Psijics have only ever dealt with those they feel worthy.
Worthy? Me?
Take care now.
Yes. Care must be taken. Wait, don't! Never anything good came from opening coffins!
Yeah. Oh.
Hello? Hello? Going down here now.
This is simply fascinating.
Oh,
What are you doing that for?
fun. Here, try it.
Prepared to defend yourself.
Look.
This is simply fascinating.